Welcome to the Yeshiva Dash responsible Nishmat Samak Shalom Navas Yitzchok. We're holding in Shavuos Daf Chof, starting this new parak Shlisha V'Sech Shavuos. So look at the Mishnah. The beginning of the Mishnah we learned already in the beginning of the Masechta, but now we're going to go more into detail. Shavuos Shtayim Shem Arba. There's two Shavuos that the Torah speaks about, and we have two more that we learn from the Psukim, that other two. Shavuos She'oichal V'Shelo Yoichal. What are the two Shavuos the Torah speaks about? That I will eat and I will not eat. That's lehara leiti. Lehara means I'm causing myself damage, and leiti means I'm causing myself benefit. Shachalti v'shloicha. These are the other two that were born and added based on a drasha on the past. Did I eat food or did I eat food? Shavuos shelo yochal v'ochal kol shuchal yodi Rabbi Akiva. Someone did a shavuos that he will not eat, and he ate a minimal amount. He did not eat a kazais. He ate kol shu. Still chayav. We will see in the Gemara. The psukim, the ridarshin, how do you know that by Shavuos it's even kosher? So there's no such thing. Usually, in order to be chayav on achil, you have to eat kazais. So we're not mechayav on kosher. So you know Shavuos is different because usually you don't bring a carbon for dibur. Dibur ba'alma doesn't bring carbon. Here you do bring carbon. So therefore, here's not a good raya to the fact that you are here's different. Here's a different types of parsha in the Torah. The Mishnah said shoichal v'shelo. Shoichal means I will eat. Shoichal means the word shoichal means I will eat. So that's what it means. Very meaning. Shua lo oichal lecho. A person tells his friend, Shua, I will not eat by you. Shua shoichal lecho. Or Shua that I'll eat by you. Which means, Shua if I'll eat by you. I'm doing a Shua that I'll not eat by you. I mean, whenever I eat by you is a Shua that now they're going to do that. Oy Shua, lo Shua shoichal lecho. Or you say, it's not going to be a Shua if I don't eat by you. It won't be a Shua if I do eat by you. That different Lasheris reminds us of Maseches Nedarim a little bit. We're focusing on the second one. Shavuos shoichalach means Shavuos that I will eat for you. Meaning, I'm saying I'm not going to eat. It's a Shavuos that I'll eat for you. Whatever I eat for you is a Shavuos. I'm oyster myself a Shavuos to eat for you. So you see the Shavuos shoichalach means Shavuos shaloichal. Usually means dachil. Depends on the context. Here is very appropriate to say depends on the context. If they're telling him to come eat, he says, I'm not eating. And he says the word shvuah shoichalach, it's a shvuah for eating by you. So that obviously means to say I'm not going to eat. Well, if they're not asking him, nobody tells him anything. He says shvuah shoichal, it means I will eat. So now on top. The Mishnah talk about nobody's asked him anything, and therefore it means I will eat. So I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. I say shvuah shoichal, it means shvuah that I will not eat. That's answer number one. Depends on the context. When it says in the Brayso shvuah shoichal, you have to fix it. Fix the lashon. Shua she'i oichalach. Shua that I will not eat from you. Yachi ma'ilem. So what's a chiddush? Obviously, shua she'i oichalach means I'm not going to eat. What's a chiddush? Maybe he didn't say things clearly. He said shua she'i oichalach. He means to say shua shoichal. Like one word. He just said it wrong. Kamashma. So we're showing you to ask you a simple question. Just ask him. Go ask the person what he meant. So tell us what he answered. Answers two answers. Answer number one is either he forgot. Tell him, what do you mean? I don't remember. It was a difficult day. It was a few days ago. I don't remember what I meant. Do I even say that's what he said? The question is, what did he say? Or he said, I said a lashon. My meaning was whatever this lashon usually means. Whatever it means. That's how Tosfos brings over here. Some should say that a person cannot explain himself later. I don't trust him. I mean, there's only one. Your words express what you meant. And you come later and say, I'll tell you what I meant. I meant, we don't, it's learning Shvalef. I'm not going to explain to you. I need to know from your words what you meant. So that's the question is, what did he say?
Doesn't the person have to know himself, not what others think?
Yeah.
He's responsible.
But we're not trusting him. We're not trusting him when he says, I meant something else.
No, I'm saying when he says he doesn't remember, what does that mean?
So he did it according to Taisus.
You can't know what to do.
So according to Taisus, he did a shul. And now they didn't say he did it. He said, I don't remember exactly what I meant. So we're trying to express what he meant based on his words. Says the Gemara. Torah Bonon. Now it comes here, Brisa, which is a little difficult Brisa to understand the words. And that's where the Gemara is going to bring two explanations what the Brisa means. Torah Bonon Mifta Shvuah. Mifta is a Shvuah. Isar is a Shvuah. Isur, and the Isur of Isur. Imata Oimer, Isar Shvuah Chayav Im Lapat. So the Gemara Brisa says, Isar, Pashut Shah means the word Isar is a Shvuah. Means a Shvuah. But then we say right afterwards, if you say the Isar Chayav, so there, if you say Isar is a Shvuah, it's a Chayav Im Lapat. So the Gemara asks right away, Imata Oimer, Isar Shvuah, V'amati is a Shvuah. You just said Isar is a Shvuah. What do you say if I'm saying? Here, this is the meaning of the Bryce. Mifta Shvuah. Mifta is a Shvuah. Isar mitvus Shvuah. Isar is a mitvus. What does it mean, mitvus? Mitvus Shvuah means when a person says, I'm doing whatever this guy's doing. Reuben says a Shvuah, and Shimon says, I'm going to be like him. That's called mitvus Shvuah. I hand myself on the other shul. Isar is considered to be a mitzvah shul. In what way? So Rashi learns, what does it mean? If you look at Rashi, Isar mitzvah shul. Isar like ikarzu, when a person says Isar like ikarzu, whenever you say Isar, that is a matpis. It has a din of a matpis. Taisus learns that Isser is talking about not that you are that any time you say Isser is a matris, but that we're talking about that he used the lashon Isser for matris. He went to somebody, you did a shvuah? Isser, me too. I like the matris. So according to Rashi, when I'm saying Isser shvuah, that means that's possible. According to Taisus, is a shvuah could be, you could use it as lashon possible. What? Yes. Yes. Now, we'll see in a moment in the Gemara what's the problem Taisus has with Rashi. There's no first kikar. It's only ki'ilu there's a first kikar. But that's Rashi. Yeah, it's as if you did it. Right. So the first one doesn't really exist. Whenever you say Isra, it's as if you did it. That's this one's Rashi as well. Okay. Says in the Gemara, and matter what? So we're saying Isra is a matbis rule. Isra. So now what's the next set of the Brisa? If you tell me the matbis shekayov, she'll be kayov if not. So he says, according to Rashi, what does more say if? You just said it is. You said Isar is a shvuah. So you told me the matbis is a shvuah. So what is the next thing saying matbis is a shvuah or not? So therefore, the way Taisus explains this, Isar, the word Isar is a regular shvuah. But you can use it for a puzzle. So I hold the matbis is Isar, so I can use Isar as a puzzle. But the first sentence of the Bible is not talking about a puzzle. According to Rashi, whenever I say Isar, that is a puzzle. So you may that's the Rashi's problem. The problem with Rashi is what's the next sentence of the Gemara? The Gemara was sure about it, and the Gemara has suffix. Similarly, the Mifta Shvuah. How do I know the Mifta is a Shvuah? Tichtiv oy nefesh ki tishova levate bisvasai. It says nefesh tishova levate shabitu. Isa David tichtiv kol neder chol Shavuos Isur. Also by Isur it says Shavuos Isur. So why I tell you only matpis? Elo b'mai the Isur mit b'shvu. You know the Isur is a matpis. Tichtiv also Isur nafsho b'shvu. So Rashi explains because it says with a base, so it means you're attaching something to a shvur. Also Isur b'shvu with a shvur. Miftaram yachtiv v'kol shivata odom b'shvu. You're looking for the base. You have a base with B2 as well. The passage just says mifta. It doesn't say the word shvur. The shvur lekah. It doesn't say the word shvur. There's no apostle. So you see, the word mifta is a word of shvur. So mifta is a shvur. Isur is apostle, and then you can attach yourself to a shvur. And that's what the Brisa means according to Abai. Rava Amar Lo Lo Memalach Mitpas V'Shua Lav Kemut Yeshua Mipiv Dam. No, Mitpas does not work. Ha'achikon Mifta Shvur. The word Mifta is a Shvur. Isanami Shvur. He says also Shvur. Asore the Isur. But what? How do you define Isur? Tilo Yakosu B'Neder L'Shvur. The Torah said the word Isur, Torah put it between Neder and Shvur. To tell you what? That it can be either a Neder or a Shvur. Hoitzia b'losh Neder, Neder b'losh Shvur, Shvur. Mine of Kavina, the Shvur have to be a carbon. Neder you don't have to be a carbon, for example. You look between Neder and Shvur. So is this a Neder or Shvur, the Losh Isur? Depends. If he says b'losh Neder, what is the Losh Neder? Isa shaloy oichaz lo shashvu, kashvu shaloy oichaz, and a lo shaneder Isa kikar zu alai is lo shavaned. So the Torah tells you that Isa can be either or. It depends how you're using it. Says the Gemara, where do we find the Torah saying that Isa can be either a neder or shvu? It says in the pasuk the base isha nodra or also Isa nafsho bishvu. It says neder. Isar shvur. Isar is in between neder and shvur. It can be either or. So Abai and Rava argue. Abai says that Isar is a matpis and matpis works, and Rava holds that Isar is not matpis and matpis not. So Rava also tamai Abai Rava go l'shitosa. Deidma matpis v'shvur Abai Yom kavod shvur v'fiv dam. Matpis works. So Taisi has a Rashi more before we had a suffix. Rava Omar lav kavod shvur v'fiv dam. It's not going to show you that. May Siveg, more about a question. What is the Isor? Someone says, I'm not going to eat meat. I'm not going to drink wine. Like the day the Yortzeit of his father was not eating meat and not drinking wine. Another day, someone else died. He doesn't eat meat and drink wine. There's another use that says Rabbi, not Pliny, but his Rebbe. So in Gedalia, you don't even need to drink wine. Also. So one understands right now what's the Isur. That's a matris. I'm oyster myself this day, Monday, like Yortzeit. The other one you already have Isur. So a matris on that day. Here we're talking about Losh Neder. Said, I'm not going to eat this day. I'm not eating myself eating the day the same way I'm not eating on the day of the Yortzeit of my father. So it's a matis. So Bishamah Abaye, the matis ben neder this shvu. So according to Abaye, we found it possible by neder. So you say same thing with shvu. So Abaye, it works very well because you found this idea of apostle. So when the Chavon base, Ela Rava Kash, Rava, there's no matis by shvu. What are you going to do with that Mishnah? Explain to you that Mishnah. What is the Isur Neder Batayo? Meaning, what's the difference? What did the word change? Matpis, as Rashi points out, is when you don't say a Losh Neder Shvu. Yeah, he says, this day is like that day. What is that day? That day is a neder. Oh, so Baptist neder also here. But here it says Rava, he said neder. It says this day is going to be also alive in neder like that day. That's almost Shemapis. That's something even Rava agrees works. He said neder. But he's toilet ben neder. My timer. What's the reason that works? Meaning, if I have a nether, I could say I want to make another nether similar to that nether. I'm doing this like that. It's a nether. So mouthpiece is that you're not saying Moshe nether. So that Rava says doesn't work as for nether shul. What I'm telling you by nether works is if I'm saying Moshe nether, but I'm telling about somebody else. If it's not nether, he says I'm doing a nether like the Israel for classic, just without going to too complicated things. I'm doing a nether the same way I'm not allowed to eat chazir. It's not a nether, that's Yisur D'Oraisa. So your nether doesn't work. Because of comparing my nether to a Yisur D'Oraisa. But if I'm comparing my nether to a nether, then it does work. That's what we're saying over here. Says the Gemara, Shito, sorry, Shito. Of course, person is not, so here, this is a raya without going down to the sugya. The person doesn't have to fast on the day of the yurts of his father. If that nether, he has to do it, not that. Nice thing to do the nether. That's how it works. Suppose that's Shito. Sag that מכיוון דחילו נות הנעמי also כדעות הנעמי לא אבי עלי איסור. So Gedal, you're not allowed to eat anyway. You have a tzait. So maybe by net doesn't work. If a person went and said, I'm neither not to eat it so Gedal, even though you anyway not allowed to eat so Gedal. But he added on that another layer of nether. So now it could be mapis beneder. Mapis meaning the right way, even according to Rava. He agrees with Rava that what? Rashi says the Isur should see Meloshin Shvuah. Meaning the Isur works as a Shvuah. Rava just said that the Isur can be a Shvuah, can be another, can be a Shvuah as well. So that Rabbi Yechon agrees. If he said Mifta, I won't eat for you. Isur lo yachol lechol. Or he said Isur not eat for you. Both is Shvuah. So that's the first part of our daf. Machlekes Abaye and Rava is matpis shvuah or matpis nether work, and Rava will say that the brayso it says that you connect the nether is neither but davar not. Says it more now. When a person speaks about the future, so I'm going to eat shvuah, I'm going to eat shvuah, I'm not going to eat, and he doesn't fulfill his shvuah, that's a sheker. It's nishbel a sheker. Where is this pasuk written? What's the show Lishmi L'Sheker? It's the pasuk of Vayikra. Don't do Shul Sheker. But the past tense, that's called Shav. Why is Shav? As Rashi says, Shav means something which is right now wrong. I'm saying I ate yesterday a steak. So it's Shav, it's right away. It doesn't even start as a lie, means you're saying something that may be true. Here it's something which doesn't even start. Where's that? Where's that written? That's written in a series of Dibris. Pashas Yisrael. So when a person does over neder, that's another issue. But regarding Sheker v'Shav, what did he say? Sheker is the future tense, Shav is past tense. Meisive asked the Gemara, Shav v'Sheker echodem. It says in the Brayso, so the Shav and Sheker are the same. Ma'ila the Shav l'Shav, Rav Sheker nam l'Shav. They're both going to the past. Alma achalti v'la'achalti Shekeru and not future. So well, no, hakadis. It doesn't mean. It could be that shav means to be. What's a shav? The shav is is past. And sheker is future. But it came together. Not that it's the same concept. One is the past, one is the future. But it was set together. Where it was set together? Okay, the Tanya, as we found, a different thing that's set together. Zochar v'shomer b'divrei echad nemru. Mashein echad apel davar, mashein erizechad lishmoya. Zochar v'shomer b'divrei echad nemru. What does it mean? In a series of Dibros and Pashas Yisro, it says Zochar Sushaz Akachoy. In a series of Dibros Pashas by Eschan, it says Shomer Sushaz Akachoy. Zochar and Shomer, two different things. As the Ramban points out in Chumash, Zochar is an essay. Shomer is a lace essay. How can it be both? Both are set together. Both are both together. Essays and lace essays. And in the first we say we'll speak on the Shur Machshava, the idea that essay and lace come together in Shabbos to show that both actions come together. Av of a year come together in Shabbos. So there it says so but now by Shavuos also there's a different losh. In a series of Dibros Pashi Yisrael it says Lo Yisisa Shema Shema Kecha Lashah. And in the series of Dibros Pashas by Schanin it says Lo Yisisa Shema Shema Kecha Lasheker. So Shema Sheker. It says Losh Sheker. So you see that the Torah, the Luch is changed from Shabbat to Sheker. B'divrei echad nemru. Shabbat Sheker is set together. That's what it means. Dover echad. What's echad? They're set together. So well, why were they set together? Why would you say Shabbat and Sheker together? Bishlomo also b'divrei echad nemru zochar v'shamor. K'davad ba'ava, do'avad ba'ava, noshu chayos b'kiddushayon v'atoyu. Mina Torah, you have kiddushayon. Right? Women have they're chayav b'kiddush, even though they're not chayav mitzvah shesman groma, but the chayav loisas and the b'Shabbos loisas and the essence come together. So you say the chayav b'kiddush. I'm sure you discuss. Why don't you say they're not chayav? Based speak about it earlier as well. If you say the same word they're not chayav mitzvah, they're not chayav loisas, so that doesn't make sense. It can't be that you'll take away loisas. So it's a chayav b'kiddush. That's what it says in the diburach. Hani now should be in the mishmir in the mischir. In the mischir, they have loisas, they have this. So why? But here, why would they say in one dibur shav and sheker? Why? Like Hashem shaloik al shav, kach loikin am al sheker. Tell you, same as you get malchus on shav, you get on sheker as well. So we'll copy layo, and more easy to say sheker. Why? Sheker is la that could be shesh bo ma'aseh. How can it be ma'aseh? If sheker is lo shenosid, he says, I will not eat. So if he eats, he's over and bas. Kum v'aseh goes on and eats. L'shava is always lav shemu ma'aseh. He just did a shvuah that he's lying about the past. He's not doing any ma'aseh, he's just talking. Because there is lav shemu ma'aseh. That's why it says together. Sham and Sheker are said together to tell me that there's malchus and says the Gemara, Shito I lavu. They both love him. And it says Lo Yinoka Hashem. Right? So it should be clearly that here you have a special exoticostic in malchus. It's like, well, no. I think which we'll see tomorrow's daf. The Papa told Abai, maybe Lo Yinake Klal. There's no need, there's no way to clean him. No way to cleanse him. He's not gonna, there's no punishment. So that there is cleansing by giving a malchus. So that's explanation number one, why the sheker and shav are set together. If I say that you bring the korban for the future and for the past. Right? So Rabbi Akiva says you bring korbanos, right? That's the machlokes we saw in Perek. So you bring korban on shvuah for the past and for the future. He says both. That's what it means, the shav and sheker together. He came and he said, I'm changing something which is known. He take a pillar. He says, this pillar is made out of gold. Everybody knows it's not. That's the shvuah shav. Sheker nishbo lahachlif. Meaning, what is nishbo lahachlif? He's doing to change something which is true. Meaning, he says something that could be true. He says, achalti did not eat. So Mashri is speaking about the past. He's doing shvuah to change something. Ema nishba uma. Not la'achlif uma. I mean, he's done a shvuah, and then he goes and he violates the shvuah. Not cut. So what did the Gemara say? The Gemara just came to explain the first sheet that we're learning in the Gemara. The first sheet that tells me Shav is the past tense, Sheker is future tense. The Gemara debates it. Once you bring different rayas, the main raya is the Brisa says that Shav and Sheker is Echel. So Echel b'dibur Echel. Dibur Echel l'mayin afkamina, to tell you that they both either get Malchus, to tell you they both bring Korban. That sheet that I'm moving. Tomorrow's daf, we'll see the next sheet though. It explains differently what is Shav and what is Sheker. So I go, Rabbi Isai, have a wonderful night.